Hello and welcome to episode 17 of our Folia run. 24 dupes. Let's get these guys working. This is going to be our oxygen spawn for Fuelila. So they're working on that. Dig, let's get those dug up. Oh, no sound. There we go. Pause will usually reset the sound of the tools. Alright, so yeah, they need some oxygen, so we set up a temporary electrolyzer here. We're out of water though, so I guess it's not coming from the other side. Let's figure out what that issue is. Because we're pumping from through here, it's going down here. Oh no, that's the water coming from this guy. And that one is powered via... No, it's powered. Oh, disabled by automation grid. Okay, so we want to go ahead and... Yeah, below 40, it's fine. I'm not too concerned about the temperature because we're sending it through an insulated pipe all the way down. And we're insulating it on the other side. And it's mostly going to either go for the oxygen or for oil. So the temperature for that does not matter. We're mostly using that to warm up the cold, cool slush geyser water here. So see, we're already up to 20 degrees for this. Sending green signal if above 20, yeah. And we could lower that some more. Because it comes out really cold here and then we gotta warm it up. It's keeping all that ice melted as well. And we're working on power over here, so this is gonna be a big addition to our thing. So we have 7s on that. Need to run to a new tile here. We have this shut off. Yeah, cancel build. Go ahead and deconstruct that. I do need a bridge here though. Get the ethanol across the way. You also need to start processing ethanol. So I'll probably set up... Alright, let's go ahead and lay this out. Yeah, we'll go up there. I want to save room for some more petroleum generators for when we get oil from the other planet. Oop, there goes some snow. So I won't leave that. So I want to do the ethanol distillers down here. They're pretty big. I think we need 4 per thing as well. Ethanol, 500 grams per second. Requires 1,000 grams of 1 kilogram lumber per second. Takes 240 watts. So we need half of a... So 400 grams per second. And one of these takes... How much? 2,000 grams per second. So we need 4 each. And then 240 watts, so... like nearly half the power from each of these goes to run the ethanol distillers. So we'll set down 4. Research is going well. Let's keep that up. What do we need? Solid filters, large cargo bay, conveyor, interplanetary launcher. Because we can go all... No, we can't go all the way up to there. Let's see. Molecular forge. We don't need that just yet. Let's go ahead and get that. Yeah, we need to do some... So we need to gather up all the data banks. And then, let's see, there's always one thing that we have to do to get everything else going with those data banks. And let's see what it may be. No? I think we'd be safe. Interplanetary launcher would probably be a big thing. Pressurized forging. Reactor. No, I don't see anything we absolutely need on the voyage. That would kind of help, but computing, multiplexing. Alright, yeah. Alright, there's the water again. Alright, good. Alright, yeah, we'll get this all cleared out. And then we'll lay out the spawn. So you guys still work on that. Over here, yep, let's get this power going. So we just need to get that being built. I think these are already... No, these need to be 7 now. We need power over here. Yeah, power is just... Then you can already see that power line is overloading. So it's on a circuit or on a transformer, so it won't actually overload, but yeah, we'll have 4 lines coming out of here. We'll have to figure out where all they're gonna go. We already got this set with the automation. So we get some ethanol in here. Yeah, I'll charge that up. And then we gotta get all these power lines out of here. So I actually need to widen. I'm gonna run 4. Well, I can run 1 down now through here. And 3 up this way. Or maybe 2 down this way. So we got this whole thing. There's some coal. It's true, how much coal do we have? 10 tons? Could probably do some coal generation as well. And then we're trying to get this finally managed. Got these guys. I need to make the second one for the glossy Drecos here fairly soon. And then the overall kill chamber for all the excess. So lots of projects here still to do. This is the big one though. It's like, so we need to get this built once it's pumping the fluids over. Alright, so it looks like I'm going to need to replace this with insulation. And do this with insulation. Just to make room for wires to get through. And then speaking of that, wires... Okay, we're out of aluminum. So we need to send over more copper. Or get more iron. There's a big chunk of iron there. I don't want to use up the iron if I don't have to. Ooh, there's a nice big chunk of aluminum. Alright, so let's do a high priority dig through this bit of land. We can also dig you out, but we'll need at least the ladder. To get to some of that. So lots of dirt. Big chunk of oxygen in there. So we could make this the top of the sealed base. Temperature controlled and atmosphere controlled. We're still not at the point where we have to do something about the carbon dioxide, but with extra power we would have that option. So that's good. I probably just want some of that water. Where would it spill? Go down. Don't want to mix it with that. It's probably best to... I'm just thinking about clearing all this stuff out here. Oop. Somebody, oh, speaking of water there. Let's go do some mopping. It's still going. Alright, so I gotta think of the circuits I need to run. So that's 4. Probably have to set up at least 4 more at some point. Because each one of these can run 2 completely. I obviously can't mop there. Power use, yeah, you guys are fine. We'll survive. There we go, that's making it much, much better. Still gotta find more algae. At least this oxygen will float to the top. How are we doing? Okay, the suits still have oxygen there. We can mop. Oh, that's gonna fall. We can mop that. We can dig that. Keep building all this stuff. This will get more copper. We are sending copper over still. I believe so. Raw mineral. Refined metal. Metal ore. Oh, we're not sending it anymore. Alright. Yeah, we need to do that. We do have a container somewhere to reserve copper? Or do we? Or am I thinking of another world? Playing so many worlds. I don't think we do, because I want a container with a higher priority than this to make sure we keep some more behind in case we need it for usage. Alright, what's our blueprint? Sweetle. Do we have them on this planet? No. we'll get one over here. I have a bunch on the other one. There you go. Come on down. Also sending blossom seeds over, right? Yes. Alright, this is starting to come together. Okay, enough oxygen is kind of leaking over, giving places to breathe. Mop that up again. Alright, yeah, I want a container for some copper, so we don't send all our copper over to the other planet. And that would not be good. Then we got a wire. Auto repairs, you're just kind of waiting on that. Alright, you guys still have a little bit to do. You're fine. Over here, are we pumping yet? No. Because I didn't fix the priority. I should just reset everything to 5. Although I like having food on 6. Yeah, we usually get a little bit of priority inflation over time. But now we have, yeah, steady supply of water coming through. 35C, it's not too bad. We want to start digging down. We also want to start digging up. One thing, once we get, now that we have oxygen, we can send some up to a observatory. Is that in the rocketry? Enclosed telescope and find out what's around on the star map. So nice, close enough to run carbon dioxide rockets between them. That's another thing we can do. We could start pumping our carbon dioxide into tanks for the space program. Set up a little tank farm somewhere up here. Send them on their way. Nice volcano to deal with at some point. Pretty decent amount of iron ore. Yes, so we could dig up that. Lots of coal. Snow. Mop that up. And then, okay, let me at least start running the wires here. So, we can send one, like I said, out through this way to run. Some of this stuff. Can run one down to run everything down here. Alright, what do we... Looks like iron is going to be the... Oh man, I don't Yeah, I'll run aluminum for now, until we run out. So you're gonna come down, and we'll send you out this way. And then we need to go, you will go out this way. You will jump across. And go out here. So that one will probably come down. That will go up. So that's 1, 2, 3. So go one more. So you'll go up, hit there, go up again, and you'll go out that way. Alright, so there's our 4 leads, and now I just need the bridges. So I need a bridge there, bridge there, bridge there. And they're all set, that's good. And we have our first ethanol, nice. So ethanol's coming in. We really need to start running so probably, alright, how much heat do these ethanol distillers spit out? 4.5 kilodtus, not too bad. Polluted dirt, carbon dioxide. So that's something we need to deal with. So we need to do some composting and dealing with carbon dioxide. We also have to deal with carbon dioxide here. So we need a carbon dioxide sink. So do I put them in here? Man, they're a lot bigger than I remember. So that would be 2, 3, 4. Need 4 per. That's about the right size of area. I just need this water to go a different way. Let me put... Let me seal this off. How cold it is in here? Minus 15? What I'll probably do is put a barrier so they can crawl over. Then we'll drop this water down through here. Or should I drop it over here? Woo-hoo! Hey, research is done already. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's our floor. I could do 2 on each one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a floor. So refinement. As long as we get these things started. Can't flip them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, that'll work. Dig, so this is all gonna be a 6. And I'll probably do something dump this water in over here. That'd be part of the giant melt. So priority and all that. Yes. 6s. Can do that, handle that later. Get these power lines running. Alright, new research. So there's nothing big. Let's get... Oh, mini pumps? Yeah, that'll probably come in handy. That will probably come in handy. How you guys... Oop, entombed... Where? Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Alright, what are you guys doing? Okay, you got all this emptied out. Now I can start planning this. Alright, so this is copper, metal ore, copper at 8. So we'll get 20, reserve 20 tons of copper ore, but send the rest over. Not that they're even going to get around to that. But now we can do... Alright, now I gotta figure out this whole thing. So we're talking about at the bottom 6 gas pumps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's perfect. So the outer wall is going to be at where this ladder is. Don't have to do it. We can have an extra space over here. That's not going to matter. So now I just need to derive the size of this all from from the top down. So power wise, we're dealing with three hydrogen generators at the top. So 12 across plus 1. Yeah, so 14 across, 18 high is, I believe, is the overall dimensions. And then there's one down below. And then with a smart battery there. And then there's a couple of transformers there and there, but I need to get rid of these ladders. So deconstruct here, here. Replace all this with mesh tiles. We do need a heavy watt joint plate. We'll do conductive. So that'll go there. We'll just do heavy watt wire. And that goes to there. That goes to there. And that goes 1, 2, 3 to there. We need airflow. There. We need insulated there. And then we can put in the other bits. One of you. Hydrogen generator. That's true, we don't have gold. So we actually have to keep this a little bit cooler than normal. So I have to figure out something about something to do there. So we only go up to 75 before we start getting damaged. And the oxygen will come out at 80. 75. I think it can go up to 80. Or whatever the temperature of the water is. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, because yeah, we don't have gold for that plus 25. So we'll have to run some kind of water through it. Even if it's not a cold water bath. Yeah, that's too hot. Our only cold biome is this little bit right here. I'll let them get this done, and then we'll look at the next bit. Yeah, lots of copper over here, some more iron, lots of fossils so we can start making steel. So that's something we need to start considering at the other. Okay, so there's another oil biome down here. So there's two separated oil biomes. And then the main one over here. And then magma down below that. Alright, do you guys have your orders? Work on this over here. Alright, so we got our little pigtail sticking out. So now we can start thinking about the power distribution. So I don't need this. So we need a pump here, we need this pump. So we're talking about 500 there. And then adding the gas filter and the... So that'd be almost 1,000. So that could be one circuit. So we can deconstruct that. Deconstruct that. Let's go ahead and disconnect this for now. Deconstruct you two. But then we need to run a power line. Actually, I needed that power line. Because we can run it up. Then across. Across to there. And we still have these circuits as well. I think I want to move. Eventually, I'll move this. Got a pretty good collection of hydrogen there. And then, so we want to deconstruct all that. That. And that. for those 2 deconstructs. And then I need to run a wire. Yeah, just go straight across, up, and up. So that takes care of our water and our hydrogen. Yeah, it takes care of our water and hydrogen. So connect that. Prioritize that deconstruction. And then we need something to handle just the power for the oxygen. I'll go ahead and leave it on one of these for now. Because that was one of the overpowered. Because we have 240. Yeah, this is about 1,000 watts right here. So this is one circuit. So that can be there. High priority deconstruct. Save that middle wire. Nope, need to hook this up again. Alright, so that will handle all that. This will handle, I think it's already hooked up. This will handle the oxygen. We got 2 more circuits here. Well, like I said, our hydrogen is kind of on a limited run, so we'll have to remember to hook another thing up to this at some point. Then we got this one down here, so let me go ahead and... Oh, no one can get to these. So we can disable this for the moment, just to get this done. So we'll prioritize these guys really high. Do we have oxygen coming? Yes, we do. So it just needs the power here, and then this operation can start working. One of these has to go just to power this. Because they're 240 each. So whatever this one is will come down. Power those. Alright, and over here... Electrical engineering, okay. So well, we can get you that. I haven't done these points for a long time. So Bubbles, what do you want to do? Let's find our electrical engineer first. Looks like Max. Alright. Max gets that. Wow, really nice morale. Pay. You got all the research. Let's think over here. Let's go ahead and give you medicine as well, just in case we need it. Bubbles, more farming. Looks like you can handle it. Harold, don't need demolition. Probably get the suit wearing, so let's go to improve carrying. Quinn, you don't like doing anything, so let's get you the suit wearing. Quinn 2. Oh, that's probably pushing things a little bit. turner. Got the super hard digging. Like critter ranching, we're not doing that yet. Let's go ahead and... It's like you can handle the suit wearing, so give that to you. Alright, so at least now someone can build this. That's going well. Alright, so now I need... Now we can do the regular tiles here. Save a little material. So that's going to be the wall. Leave this open. No, that has to be sealed. That does need to be sealed. And we don't need 9s anymore. So that's going to be... That's going to be a wall. Before we do that, though, we need to move the ladder here. There we go. So cancel these before we trap somebody. That needs to be sealed up though. This is fine. And then here, 2, 3, 4. Trap the hydrogen. And then 2 tiles there. 2 doors there. Is this where they are? I think they're here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, somebody's gonna get trapped, I know it. Deconstruct those, deconstruct those. Worry about this ladder later. Research is complete already? Man, you guys are crashing through this stuff really fast. And we'll do transit tubes. No gas intake. Alright, we did over here. Alright, we got that done, so I can enable this again. Or somebody gets hurt. Just don't want to drop regular water into here and kind of mess up. That don't matter too much. But yeah, I'd rather have it. Alright, you're kind of thin at the moment, so let's give the hydrogen a chance to catch up there again. Probably need to move one of these pumps up here and move that over. Because we got 2.5 tanks worth of hydrogen for now. Need a little bit more. If I could let it in here, and then we could just do it with 1 pump there. And then I wouldn't mind letting some of the hydrogen over here out as we dig up. Find out what's going on. We gotta find out what that is, and we gotta find out. There's one over here somewhere. Yeah, don't see it. I think it's just that one. Over here. And cycle 85. So almost done with this episode. Just looking around, I don't see anything else. Then we're gonna have to put in our second Dreco farm for the glossy Drecos. Need to get in here, team this high chlorine. Oh yeah, there's a Dasha salt mine we can grab there. Uproot that, please. Another one there. One over here. Chlorine. Ooh, a lot of chlorine here. So we're kind of pushing it down. New oxygen's really good. Nice. Okay, so water stopped flowing there. Did we cut off the power here? No. Power's... Oh, the automation. Wow, I used that up really fast. Alright. Where are we at? 18 degrees? Alright, so we can go ahead and go above... As long as above 10. What are these guys at? Temperature... 15. Alright, so we can't actually pump if it's below 15. Blueprint, alright, some dirt. Mostly need that over here. Well, send over here. I think there's not a lot of dirt over here, so I'll send it over here. At least not as much as the Sapista. Yeah, I need to set this to 15. And then I think I need to not send as much. I'd rather have it going to the you don't care about the oxygen anymore. I would rather have it going to the trees first. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead and disable these for a minute. So we'll give this thing a chance to catch up and make sure we're keeping the trees alive first, because we're going to start needing those to run our ethanol distillers. I haven't done the math yet on how many trees, domesticated trees, we need to run this, and we're already kind of getting this kind of low. Got that filled up. And that's some of our cooling, so I'll have to, once we pumped out the ethanol, I'll have to figure out some oxygen cooling. So, we will see. Alright, so you guys are only running one circuit at the moment. Okay, so now we want to hook up this circuit, so we have 120, 500, and these. Alright, since this is now disconnected, let's deconstruct that. And we'll just run. Then we can get rid of all these. So deconstruct. All of this. And we will just construct that. And then, what have we done? We have damaged this by sending in... Oh, occasionally there will be some hydrogen getting in here. So we have damaged that just a little bit. So now it's repaired. This is only a temporary one anyway. Just to get into here and get it figured out. Alright, so let's make sure we've got this. Oh, I need to now build a wire. Going to there. So that'll be that circuit. We can deconstruct all these, get this metal back. We can deconstruct this electrolyzer. Are we ready to do that? Sure. Yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of them. Give us back some aluminum ore. Let's see how well the rest of the oxidizers can do. But that means we are no longer getting hydrogen for all this. Why is... Oh, I gotta shut you down. So really what we need to do is move our pumps to places where the hydrogen is. I will eventually do automation on those. So we need to go get this hydrogen. This hydrogen, and this hydrogen. And this hydrogen. And here comes the copper, nice. And that's end of cycle 85, alright. So we got the power up and running. We are using it for a little bit. I still have 2 more pigtails I need to hook up to run some other things, so we'll figure out what those are. Probably our central core. And then... Oh, stuff down here. Because we need to be able to run 2 of these, because we need to start running one for the glossy Drecos. So next time we'll run the power, then we're going to get in here to deal with the chlorine, at least seal it off, and maybe get ready for some Dasha salt vine planting. And then we can, because we need to extend this over build a second one of these next to it. And so I need to build some tiles here. Get the glossy Drecos going so we can start getting plastic. Because once you get them up and running, you get a lot of plastic. And over here, we are... Okay, well, that got built pretty quickly. So we're about ready to fire up the spawn. So we can just run a heavy watt wire into here from these guys to get it going. Then we need to do something with the hydrogen. And that'll give us oxygen forever here, as long as we have a source of water, which is the other planet right now. So doing well. Alright, thank you guys for joining me. Episode 17 of the 24 dupe challenge on the Folia cluster. Have a good one. I will see you next time. Until then, bye bye.